It's hip-hop this.
أرجوك تقولي إنك بتخليني أمسك إيدك. خليني أحط إيدي.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Charles Osgood.
Though it may sound as if you are listening to many voices, you're actually listening to only one. It's the voice of Sarah Jones, and she's on a roll. Lots of rolls, as it turns out. Our friend and colleague Harry Smith of the early shows sorts them out for us.
Okay. My name is Lorraine Levine.
My name is Muhammad Ali. My name is Swan Hossein.
My name is Habiba Rahal. I am originally from Jordan.
She is truly a woman of many worlds. And Sarah Jones, actress, playwright, and poet, is also a woman of many roles and many voices.
My name is Gladys, and I am a poet / performer.
This is not an Asian lotus blossom love poem.
But I've been trying not to be nervous. When I get nervous, I talk really fast. Nobody can understand nothing that I'm saying. It's like so frustrating for me.
They all can be found in her critically acclaimed one-woman show, Bridge and Tunnel.
You know, these people all have stories.
Yeah. The play, written by Jones, is about a group of immigrants trading stories about their struggle to make it across the bridges and tunnels of New York City, their quest to make it in America.
Poem. I wrote it as a young man. That was on the day before I left Pakistan.
And more than anything, what they all have in common is Sarah Jones, who even on a casual stroll through her New York neighborhood keeps her ears open to the voices of the street.
When I was in Nepal, I wanted to try on shoes. I had to try on men's shoes because my feet were a little too big. Every time I get into a taxi, every time I meet somebody, somebody that I have to interact with who's maybe from another background or from a different class or, different gender, I still feel some direct line to their experience as a human being. It's a familial relationship in the true sense of that. The human family, to me, really is a concept that I live with every day.
I know y'all can feel me on that. Y'all can feel me on that right there. I know y'all can feel that right there. Y'all can feel that right there.
And as dysfunctional as that family can be, Joan sees Bridge and Tunnel as a way to connect people and promote understanding, one character at a time.
She said she is in love with a nice Chinese girl.
Jones can become a Chinese mother, learning to accept her gay daughter.
So, these are the words I'm waiting to hear, but from my son, not my daughter.
Boris Ostrovsky, Russian immigrant and reluctant poet.
My story, I'm Jewish. In Russia, to be Jewish, it's enough. You don't need more story than this, believe me.
A Haitian immigrant writing a poem to a real estate agent who's prevented her from realizing the American dream, a home of her own.
God bless your ancestor real estate man. Once they were new here too, and God bless this great America, but not because of you. Thank you.
I started hearing these voices from the time I was little. I was able to, I think, hear the distinctions between even my relatives' ways of speaking, the unique kinds of, little figurative language.
This is really nice for everybody, but especially my students, because us in particular, Latinos, we're about to be the majority in like 2 weeks. So.
Jones and her chorus of characters are the talk of New York. At the play's opening last month, it was clear that Sarah Jones had arrived. And one of her biggest fans is one of the show's producers, actress Meryl Streep.
When you first saw her perform, do you remember what your reaction was?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I fell in love. I felt like, oh, this is the person. This is, the one I've been waiting for. This is the person that can really do it. I looked at her, I thought, ooh, a member of the tribe. We're in the same tribe.
Marker. And Meryl Streep, of course, may be the high priestess of that tribe. Actors whose performances are more than skin deep.
Thank you for your concern.
performers who immerse themselves in the characters they play.
You are a powerful man, and I've no one else to turn to.
Streep's remarkable range has earned her a record 13 Oscar nominations. She's won twice. She believes that 29-year-old Jones has the potential to follow suit.
When I first saw her, I thought that I'd never seen anybody who had that deep understanding of other people. I'm interested in other people. I always have been. Since I was a little girl, I've been interested in finding out what you and I have in common. But what she has is sort of a larger sensibility, a compassionate understanding of how to present that to the world in a very eloquent and hilarious, energetic, smart way.
This is an excerpt of my poem entitled, "No, Really, Please, Don't Get Up."
Much of that comes from Sarah Jones' own life experience. She grew up in Washington and New York. Her parents were doctors, but divorced when she was in college, leaving her financially strapped and unable to finish school.
And of course I was crestfallen because I was going to take over the world, you know. I was going to take over the world. I was going to become a big lawyer and get into international affairs. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be involved in foreign policy in some way and use this mouth of mine in the, in the justice system, maybe internationally.
No matter what, here in America, we have freedom to say what we want, be what we want, to decide what happens in our country. And we even get to decide what happens in other people's countries. Yes, when we have to, sure.
She wrote poetry and character sketches and began performing at small clubs. But when her 18-year-old sister Naomi died after experimenting with heroin, Jones's art found focus.
Losing her was, I think, probably the single most profound experience of my life.
Would it be too much of a stretch to say that because her voice was silenced, it meant more to you that yours be heard?
I think it's fair to say that her voice being silenced means for me that there's a kind of contribution to that chorus we were talking about that people won't hear unless I make sure I give voice to it.
This poem is not supposed to make you happy or comfortable. It won't fold your shirts, but it may air your dirty laundry.
Jones has always mixed her art with activism. 5 years ago, she raised her voice against rap music's exploitation of women by writing a rap of her own.
And your revolution will not be you dyeing your hair platinum blonde, sing about what we gonna do all night long, cause all you can see is the thong, the thong, thong, thong.
Your Revolution, performed here on HBO's Deaf Poetry, put Jones on a collision course with the Federal Communications Commission. The FCC declared the work obscene and banned it from radio play.
Was there a line in particular that seemed to be extra inflammatory?
Well, I can tell you that the FCC actually never told me what was indecent about the poem. Can you believe that? So they could slap a fine on the radio station, get me in a whole lot of trouble. My name was out there. People were thinking I'm a pornographic rapper, which, you know, I'm a proud card-carrying feminist. I was on the cover of Ms. Magazine, and I got people confused thinking, wait a minute, is this the same person, you know?
To clear her name, Jones sued the FCC and won. The ban was lifted.
Why? Because the revolution, when it finally comes, for all of us, it's gonna be real.
But that's not what Sarah Jones wants to be known for. Right now, she's famous and happy for all the right reasons. Her success has led to new opportunities. She's developing a television show with her fiancé, writer Steve Coleman.
Ooh, cinnamon apple. Oh, yeah.
With some vodka.
Refreshing.
They'll be married this summer.
How is all of this for you?
This is, I'm elated, I'm exhausted, but in, you know, I guess the way that you want to be. If you have to go work hard, you want to do what you love, and that's what I'm doing.
Bridge and Tunnel is a hit, and there's a good chance it will move to Broadway in the fall. Whatever happens, for Sarah Jones, Bridge and Tunnel is another step forward in a life that already has plenty of character.